What is the future of the human race? What is the future of the human race? We believe that life arose spontaneously on the Earth, so it must be possible for life to appear on other suitable planets, of which there seem to be a large number in the galaxy. But we don't know how life first appeared. We have two pieces of observational evidence on the probability of life appearing. The first is that we have fossils of algae from 3.5 billion years ago. The Earth was formed 4.6 billion years ago and was probably too hot for about the first half billion years. So life appeared on Earth within half a billion years of it being possible, which is short compared to the 10 billion year lifetime of the planet of Earth type. This suggests that the probability of life appearing is reasonably high. If it was very low, one would have expected it to take most of the 10 billion years available.
Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is time for more classic Tetris Monthly Tap Masters for July 2025. And we have got 3 streams for you today. I'm going to show you on the little schedule slide what those are. So right now, scheduled for right this very moment, it's yellow. It says round 1, but it's round 1, round 2. Yellow, round 1, round 2, Bendy versus Evesy, and the winner against Vicious Rhubarb. So pretty excited about this one. I have no idea what to expect tapping wise really from any of these players. We're going to see what happens. 2 hours from now, it is the teal bracket. And yeah, we decided it would be funny to just put, you know, the 2 DAS players in the same exact round 1 match. So there they are. Tugi versus Giovanni. The winner will take on JDMFX. Oh, it says JDFMX. Who said that? That is not correct. Who made this slide? I gotta fix everybody's errors. Well, I'm sorry, everyone. JDMFX couldn't be here, so instead it's going to be JDFMX. So anyway, yeah, Tugi versus Giovanni in presumably what is going to be a DAS battle, and then the winner will take on Joseph Saley, the return of Joseph, 6-time CTM Masters event winner. And is it 6 or 5? I don't know. It's a lot of times. Don't worry about it. And of course, 2-time CTWC champion in his first match. So he thinks it's 2021, which is absolutely crazy. And then later tonight, 9 p.m., basically 8 hours from now, it's going to be a solo match. We're going to mop up that pink bracket. Trap Zone defeated Corion in round 1. And we'll be taking on Fractal for a spot in the top 16. Oh, it all says June, but it's July. All those say, oh no, we gotta fire the intern. It's all July, guys. July. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to talk to whoever made this slide and reevaluate their fitness for continuing CTM duties. Anyway, we'll get all that fixed. Don't worry about it. All right, let's take a look at the brackets just so you can see how this is all going to shape up. This is the overall bracket for Tap Masters. And the ones we're doing today are the, what is it, yellow. All right, so you see yellow over on the left. That's that one. That's going to feed into a match against Pixel Andy. The teal bracket is the one opposite to that. That's going to feed into a match against, later in the month, Oscar. And then this pink one, that's going to be the round 2, Fractal versus Trap Zone. This is going to feed into a match against Dog. And I think it's funny, actually, that pink bracket, if you think about it, the 3 winningest CTM players are all in the same pink bracket. Corion, Fractal, and Dog. So we'll see how that is gonna go. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at our rules so you know what you're even playing. This is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller so long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical or mechanical. Biological turbo only. We will be doing level 18 starts. There will be no line cap. So if players can make it to and through level 39, God bless you. Go ahead and do it. We will be using same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Hertz and input displays should be turned on because it's fun to see how fast you tap. Players should not receive any in-game advice. They should not pause unless the commentator tells them just keep playing during tech issues. Remember, this is a tapping tournament with DAS allowed. So anybody that's tapping should heed the spirit of tap, okay? That means it's a jitter clicking tournament, not an alternating finger tournament, right? You are allowed, you can hyper tap and you're allowed one extra tap from an extra finger one time per piece movement. That is the spirit of tap. No bolt tapping, no any of these other weird tapping things. What's the one where you scrape it against the controller cord? None of that. This is hyper tapping. Remember, this is a best of 5. The first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match, and the winner of the tournament gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which has reached, oh my God, can you believe it, $112.11 divided across 4 players for playing Tetris. That is absolutely crazy. Okay, it's not that much, but it's very generous. Those of you who have contributed so far. If you want to see us pay the top 8, and if you want to have a hype month, getting to $1,000, that would be a great thing. That is our goal, to pay the top 8. So yeah, if you want to contribute, use the Matcherino command in chat. And that'll bring up some links. The one that says tap or TM is the one for Tap Masters. Click on that one. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Once you're there, top right-hand corner, you'll see a little button. You click on it, and you can log in from there with your existing YouTube or Twitch account. No need to make a separate account. Once you're in, there might be a couple of claim codes left, contribution codes. Those are free. Make sure you click on those. Log in just to click on those. Matcherino, our partner, wants us to continually prove that we can send 50 people to a website and get them to click a button. So please help us do that. And every time we do that, they kick in 25 cents. Limit of 50 people can do that. So please help us do that. And while you're there, contribute to the prize pool. Remember, this is a 100% fan-funded prize pool. No sponsors. You are the sponsors, okay? Doesn't go anywhere without you. Yes, you. I mean you, if you can hear this. All right. That is the prize pool. That's how to support the channel, to support the... that's how to support the players, to support the channel. You can go to Patreon, patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Everybody on this screen has done that. There's something wrong with the Google Sheets. Everything's changed. I don't know why that is, but use I think I know what it is. Anyway, go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris, just like the people on this screen have done, and support the channel. Make sure that we stick around and can continue to bring you exciting, innovative, and fun Tetris content. Big shouts to Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troydan, Kim Rogue Potato, Cat Kit, and Mila Tempest. Let me go ahead and take a look at our scene here. I'm going to have to go ahead and refresh a bunch of things and resize some cameras. Evesy, you have giant hands. Oh, that's the wrong one. We want this one. Their hands are huge. Look at those giant hands. Oh my God. All right, so let's go ahead and fix up the cameras and refresh all the streams. What is it? Oh my God. Now you don't want us to see anything. All right, we got desk cam. Number 24 and 25. 24 and 25. You can do whatever you want. I mean, I'll adjust around it. Don't worry. 24, 25. Oh, all right. Bendy's there. So we'll fix up Bendy's camera. He's huge. Bendy, you're huge. Look at you. All right. There you go. Tapping. Bendy is tapping. And we'll fix up Evesy's camera and game and all that. Let me just do my little thing here. All the players continue to warm up. And oh my God. All right, Evesy camera. I like Evesy's camera because I get a lot of screen real estate to work with. So congratulations, Evesy, on doing it right. Of course, it's all oriented. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. All right. It looks like you have... Who is in that picture, Evesy, behind you? Can you confirm who is in the picture behind you? The Beatles. And what shirt is Bendy wearing? The Beatles. What the heck? It's all Beatles. Is this on purpose? You're going back to normal cam? Why are you? What do you mean you're going back to normal cam? What does that mean? I don't know what that. Okay, now I got to adjust it again. All right, I will adjust it again. All right. All right, we're making progress. All right, players, as soon as I see both of you sitting in your seats, I will give you some pieces. Whoa, what is Bendy doing here? Bendy, what are you doing? Oh, all right, well, he's got a photograph behind him as well, so everyone's got photographs behind them, Beatles involved. I don't know exactly what's happening, but wow, it's like they're in the same room. It's like they're in the same room. What the heck? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. All right, both players are seated. Let's go ahead and give them, well, they're seated, so let's make sure that they are seated. Does that work? That doesn't work. All right, well, it'll warm up. Pieces are here, 8B9C54. 8B9C54. Eight B9C54. Look like both players, they seem happy to be here. They seem like they want to play, you know? It's pretty weird. They actually like seem happy. They're like, man, I cannot wait to play. What the heck? All right. Well, I say we get them started before they change their minds. It is Bendy and Evesy, round one of CTM Tap Masters. Yellow bracket. Seeds 24 and 25 in 3-2-1 Tetris. And we are starting. All right, Bendy with the cheese grip. You do not have to do the cheese grip. You are totally fine without doing the cheese grip. Anyway, on the left side of your screen, it is Bendy. Bendy qualified in with a 1.11 million and has a tapping PB of 1.29 million. Bendy from the United States of America. Seed number 24. Not rated in the open ratings, but is ranked number 5 in the most recent DAS ratings. Bendy, 7-time DAS Masters player. He's finished in the finals one time, in the semifinals 2 times. A former hopeful circuit winner. Made his debut in the gold bracket of CTWC this year and was the winner of the silver bracket last year. Also played in one Mega Masters championship, which was last year as well. He's the first player ever with a DAS 19.5 clear on B-type, which is pretty crazy. 117 for Bendy, 119 for Evesy. Evesy qualified into seed number 25 with a 1.11. In fact, their qualifiers were 202 points away from each other. She's from Great Britain, has got a tapping PB of 1.23 million. And you may know Evesy as the organizer of the original Classic Tetris Level 12 tournament. She made her Mega Masters debut this year as the winner of a Futures circuit. And Evesy was also in CTWC Gold Bracket last year. 193 for Bendy, 193 for Evesy. It is weird that like the country is Great Britain, but we just call people British. Why don't we call them like Great British? Oh, a 19.5. Did I say 19.5? I meant a 19 level 19 level 5 clear on B type, right? Level 19 height 5. He now has a 19.5 with DAS as well. That's right. Imagine misspeaking on the internet. 267 for Bendy, 248 for Evesy. There's a dirty triple for Bendy. He's going to try to keep that well open. Of course, this is a hyper tapping tournament. DAS play is allowed, and you can main DAS throughout the whole tournament, or you can switch to it at your own liberty. But I don't think there are a lot of DAS mains in this tournament. I mean, or at least people maining DAS in the tournament. 287 for Evesy, 322 for Bendy. Of course, all right, in chat, who was the first player to clear 19.5 at all? Do you remember who that was? Not with DAS, but with any play style at all. 357 for Evesy, 414 for Bendy. All right, everybody knows. Everybody knows it was Mark. All right, Bendy's getting in on it as well. And I think Evesy is as well. Everybody knows. 381 for Evesy, 437 for Bendy. Scooty says PMYA. It's weird that some of you know by Mark as like Deus Ex, and I know that he like went by that or something like that. I don't know him by that at all. I don't think Mark Deus Ex is like the first thing that comes to my mind. It's just Mark with a Q. But yeah, Mark was the first one to do it. Did it with hyper tapping. 440 for Evesy, 530 for Bendy. Yeah, Jonas has a 19.4 clear, yes. All right, Tetris Bendy, 557, one line away now from level 19. That speed is going to increase by 50%. Bendy is in at 581. Evesy at 468. Long bar Tetris in at 492. So we'll have 100 lines of this level 19 speed. Tetris for Bendy, 609. There's one for Evesy. Remember, this is a best of 5. Players currently have zeros next to their name. First player with a 3 next to their name is the winner, and we'll move on to round 2. Tetris Evesy 569, 640 for Bendy. There's another Tetris Bendy 666, 570 for Evesy. Into level 21 now. Both players with reasonable boards here, of course. You know, with hyper tapping, not as fast as rolling, but faster than DAS. You're going to see stack heights, you know, somewhere in between. On average, 652 for Evesy. Zelazawi, tier 1 sub, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Tetris Evesy 684 into level 23. And Bendy now into level 23. So Bendy 2 lines ahead and about 94,000 points ahead. Tetris Bendy 815. You can see the tapping speed above the player's nameplate. And, you know, topping out around 15 hertz, you know, bursts up to 15 hertz. 762 for Evesy, 857 for Bendy. All right, we are now 30 lines away from level 29, which will be pretty darn close to a kill screen, even with hyper tapping. Of course, players have ventured beyond level 29 and level 30 with hyper tapping, but it is a very difficult thing still to do. 929 for Evesy, 967 Bendy. Now, there are some players who will be able to venture potentially far beyond that. Players like Alex T. So it'll be interesting to see where players are at nowadays. Both players have maxed out in game number 1. Just a few lines to go until level 29. That speed is going to double, and we'll see what these players are able to survive. Bendy is into 29 at A79. Evesy is in at A73. So what can they eke out here? Just kind of singling and doubling on Evesy's side. Both players really just singling and doubling. We're just 14,000 points apart. So players in sort of line out mode here. Evesy has actually set up for a Tetris in the long bar. Comes in a Tetris for Evesy. Evesy gonna get one, but Bendy's gonna get one as well to take the lead back from Evesy just at the last moment. So Evesy was setting up for a Tetris that I think she thought was gonna be the knockout blow, but Bendy responded with a Tetris to retake the lead. Level 30, level 31, and crazy just trading those Tetrises in the late levels to get that back. Evesy was behind the whole time, finally went ahead with that Tetris, and Bendy took it right back. Double 1.1s, double level 30 plus in game number 1. What the heck? It's pretty good. Is this what round 1 tap is like in 2025? Apparently, Pseudo Canard, apparently that is what it is about. It's pretty crazy. All right, the new pieces are in chat, players. Thank you, Commodore Friday, for pinning the seed. Oh, no, you didn't. I'll pin it. Well, thanks for pinning the first seed. Thank me for pinning the second seed. 898D63. 898D63 are the pieces. Yeah, I mean, that is a crazy finish. We gotta start counting down crazy finishes, and just I want to make a little video package. People asking about Joseph. Joseph will be playing in a couple of hours, basically 2 hours from now. He's going to be playing the winner of the round 1 match that's coming up in the pink bracket at 3 p.m. Which is a hype matchup in itself. Tuki versus Giovanni matching up in the same bracket in round 1 is, as the kids say, pure cinema. All right, so 898 D63 players. When you are ready. Shibuya, don't worry. This was not exciting, right? Only Joseph is exciting, right? So that wasn't exciting at all. Right? Oh, make sure to update the score. Oh, yeah. You got it. Shibuya is like, oh no, I only want to see Joseph playing. All right. Looks like both players are ready for game number 2. Bendy is up 1 game to none. Evesy looking to tie it back up here in game number 2. That's a good game 1. That is a good game 1. Cat Vinity says, is hyper quick tap allowed? Cat Vinity asks. So this is the way that this tournament is conceived, is that tapping is primarily a single finger attack for a given any given piece movement, but 1 extra tap is allowed from an auxiliary finger. And that tap can occur at any time during the piece sequence. So if you want to start with your, left finger and then tap 4 times with the right, you can do that. Or you want to do 2 lefts, a right and 2 lefts, whatever you want. But so primarily 1 finger, but with a single quick tap, either at the beginning, middle, end, doesn't matter. So it's, halfway between strict jitter tapping and what someone would call like Moya tapping, right? Alternating taps. 138 for Evesy, 85,000 for Bendy. Bendy with a Tetris, Evesy with a Tetris. Bendy working 1 row off the bottom. He's got a single gap in column 8, which is keeping him platformed, but he's going to expose that hole with a nifty little adjustment here after, and then gets a Tetris after, and so now he's transferred the well over to column 10. 179 for Bendy, 209 for Evesy. Vandy, what's your favorite emote? Like my favorite CTM emote or any emote, or that's a good question. Honestly, I like the original Smug Bear, I think, for CTM emotes. I mean, the new Smug Bear is good, but I like the original Smug Bear. It just feels good. Oh yeah, chicken sandwich emote is good. Can't even buy that chicken sandwich anymore. The place that I took that image from, they're closed down basically. I also like the Chris Hansen emote. I like that one a lot. 288 for Evesy, 251 for Bendy. That got a lot more use back in the day. Oh, Angry Bear. Angry Bear is a crowd favorite as well. Tetris Bendy, 275, 313 for Evesy. So Evesy ahead by 38,000 points. You were never able to piece together the Chris Hansen lore. I mean, I bought a cameo from Chris Hansen like way back in the day to introduce, I think, the 2021 season of CTM. So I think if you go back and find 2021 January, I think you'll see the Chris Hansen countdown. 390 for Bendy, 407 for Evesy. Vandy, how fast does your tapping have to be considered hyper tapping? Yeah, I mean, hyper tapping would be basically faster than DAS, I guess. And DAS would be about, would be 10 hertz considered. So if you can basically tap faster than that. You like how Chris Hansen said Smurfs? Well, yes, I had to provide Chris Hansen the script for that, and he just read it. I mean, I love the cameo because he doesn't even know what he's reading, so it's pretty good. 461 for Bendy, 477 for Evesy. There's a Tetris Evesy after a tuck, 500,000. Good pace here for Evesy. Some would say 12.8 because that's DAS with a perfect quick tap, but now I would say, you don't have to quick tap if you can hyper tap. I would say faster than 10. That's what I would say. Other people can disagree, but $571 for Evesy, 557 Bendy. Evesy with a Tetris. And if she can get 6,000 more points, she'll transition in with a 600,000. Bendy is already in at 19, and Evesy does have 619 into level 19. There's a Tetris Bendy, 633. There's one Evesy, 645. Commodore Friday has the whole script right there. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about this tournament making me and others nostalgic, right? 722 for Evesy. That left side for Bendy would have been difficult if he wasn't able to get that Tetris, and still needs a long bar for the right side, I think, just to be 100% safe. Unless he can bring this down some other way, and yeah, he's going to have to chop this down. The long bar does get over now after chopping it down a couple rows. 728 for Bendy, 754 for Evesy. I know, 15 hertz tapping. I can get to like 13 and a half. $817 for Bendy. The 2 or 3 times a year where I try hyper tapping for all of 3 minutes. I can get to 13. Tetris for Bendy, 880, 822. It hurts my elbow, so I don't do it. And I'm committed to DAS. I just want the DAS max before I die, and then that will determine what I do after that with Tetris. 833 for Evesy, 943 for Bendy. There's a Tetris Evesy. She's back by 7 lines, but now back by 110,000 points. So Bendy has been able to pull ahead very quickly. And we're just about 30 lines to go until level 29 again. Bendy gonna under tap by a couple of columns that bar, but he's gonna fix it without too much difficulty or cost. Evesy 933, Bendy with the Tetris gets another Tetris, or Bendy with the max out gets another Tetris. A47, 941 for Evesy. All right, Bendy in a little bit of a slowdown, so this might allow Evesy the room that she needs to close this, or just kind of close the gap a little bit here. Tetris for Evesy, A08, and Bendy getting near the top of the board. And is he going to be able to bring this down to have any meaningful scoring before 29 hits, or just even be able to kind of single and double? Oh, he's going for the dirty. He's gambling on one more Tetris and can't get it. A63, and there's a Tetris for Evesy into 29, and Evesy is going to take game number 2. Another double max out, nearly double kill screen, and we are tied at a game apiece. GG's to each of our players. Or 1 GG per player. That means two GGs distributed evenly across the 2 players. How about that? 4 games, 4 max outs. Yeah, what the heck? This is round 1, guys. Round 1. Tapping too easy in 2025. New pieces are here. 664B, 6B. Thank you, Javan T. I'm never going to get used to that way of making the hand heart that Evesy did. That's like the Gen Z way of doing it. Never going to get used to that. Not that I like the hand heart anyway, but, you know, I don't know. never. Oh my God, that is, ugh. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. All right. 664B6B. All right, players going for a B6B. We'll see if they can get one. It is game number 3. Players tied at a game apiece. They're about to get started in game number 3. By the way, that prize pool has been pretty stagnant, sitting there around 112 for the last 37 minutes. If you want to contribute to the prize pool, use the Matcherino command. If you are watching live, we still have 6 contribution codes to go. So if 6 of you can head on over to the Matcherino page for this tournament and just click on claim code, that would be a nice thing to do. I wouldn't have to harp on it or think about it for the rest of the month. All right, thank you so much, Zealous Zowie. And oh, here we go. Look at, they're all just jumping over there. 2 more left. Floris, Mountain Dew, Cox, Danny J, Gaming with Nino. Thank you all. 2 left. And if you do want to go over there and contribute to the prize pool, we would love to get to $1,000. I mean, imagine the gaming media picks up the return of Joseph Saley to competitive Tetris play. And they go, oh yeah, but he played in some rinky-dink tournament that only had a, $150 prize pool, right? You wouldn't want that to happen. All right, so Bendy really kind of on the struggle bus since the beginning of this game. Just 88,000 here through 35. Pines Cutely with the tier 1 resub. Thank you very much. And thank you to Tacnerus who provided you the original sub. Zelazawi with the $5 contribution to the prize pool. Thank you, Zelazawi. Really appreciate that. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take a lot of 5s and 10s and people just kind of chipping in here and there. 198 for Evesy, 162 for Bendy. This has been such a fun tournament so far, and we're only just beginning. We have the return of Corian. Didn't go exactly the way he wanted it to, but it was a great game. And the winner of that match, L, aka Trap Zone, will be playing later tonight to take on Fractal. So imagine you got to beat Corian and Fractal in the same tournament. It just sounds insane. and then go through dog. I mean, if you win the one against Fractal, you got to go through dog. So that's pretty rough. 274 for Evesy, 237 for Bendy. So Bendy with a good board now, and he's only back by 36,000 points. That's a Tetris and a half, so he's been able to make up a bit of ground. Mountain Dew with the $6.14 contribution gets us to an even $125. That means we're 1/8 of the way to our goal. So thank you, Mountain Dew. Assuming it's Mountain Dew. It is Mountain Dew. Not the actual beverage Mountain Dew, but a person who I guess is inspired by it. No codes remaining. Looks like we took care of all the codes as well. Thank you, PS Daniel, RXS, Flores, for getting those last few. Really appreciate that. 394 for Evesy, still in the lead, and she's like, maybe I was going to try to hang on for a dirty Tetris, but maybe I should have just chucked the bar in there. No big deal. 401 for Evesy, but now Bendy in the lead at 405. Same line count. Bendy ahead by 4,000 points. But yeah, it's been a super fun tournament so far. Of course, yeah, Corey on return. Joseph returning later today. Broden Damp, former Masters event winner. Ella returned for Stupid Tetris Monthly, E flats. So it's been a really fun month. Nostalgic month. 498 for Bendy, 449 for Evesy. And then we also get to see players that we're used to playing other play styles, because tapping, maybe they don't main tapping anymore, but coming back and see what they've got for, tapping chops in 2025. 502 for Evesy. Oh, a couple of nasty S's here. And she's going to have to take some burn Tetris for Bendy, 552. There's a nice triple for Evesy as she's looking to dig out. Tetris Bendy 582, 517, and a Tetris for Evesy 543. And someone's asked me, are we ever going to do Tap Masters again? And I don't know. I didn't realize how exciting I would find this tournament. So now I'm thinking maybe a couple times a year. Twice a year sounds good. 648 for Bendy, 628 for Evesy. Bacon is a notorious no Nextbox hater. So it says, more exciting than no Nextbox. Not gonna lie. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Is it illegal to use a website to play Tetris that I found by searching NES Tetris? I own a Tetris cartridge. I am not a lawyer, so you will have to discuss that with your lawyer. Tetris for Evesy, 732, 777 for Bendy. Lighthouse wants Tab Masters 3 times. Yeah, next year I could see that. Well, quarterly. All right, a skimming a Tetris there for Evesy, 796, 812 for Bendy. And we are approaching level 29 again. Tetris, Bendy, 859. Evesy, 812. So Bendy, 7, 8, 9 lines ahead, 10 lines away from 29. So Evesy's got a little bit of extra runway, depending on how far Bendy can get into 29. All right, so Bendy gets a Tetris over. He's got to max out again into 29. Tetris for Evesy, 959 into 29. Bendy's left side, that is going to be a hang of a square. And he's going to top out somewhere around A09. The target for Evesy is A10. A10 is the target. She is going to have to get a max out and more. And oh no, that is going to be a top out for Evesy. Bendy's going to go up 2-1. So Bendy with the back 3 back, and Evesy really just 1 away from a back 3 back. And it's good to see players getting to and through level 29 or pretty much in every game. So another great game, but Bendy up 2-1. All right, players, if you need a moment, you can take a moment. Bendy says, crazy drought, I thought I threw. Yeah, I mean, I thought Evesy might have had a good chance at kind of singling and doubling, chasing this down. Coffee is here. Welcome, Coffee. Yeah, this is seeds 24 and 25. Round 1. All right, the pieces are in chat. C1144B. Lokenzi says, this is insane. Ban roll. We should do that. All right, players just need a moment here. That's fine. You could take a moment. Rolling not needed anymore? Yeah, possibly. Upcoming streams, guys, in about an hour and 12 minutes, we're going to start the teal bracket. It's going to be Tugi versus Giovanni, two of the best DAS players and DAS mains, who I'm sure will be playing DAS in this tournament. And the winner will be taking on JDMFX Joseph Saley in round 2. We thought it would be really funny to put the two DAS players up against each other and then have to take on Joseph, who will not face a tapper in his Tap Masters debut. And then later tonight, it's going to be Trap Zone versus Fractal. It all says June, but it's July. And then tomorrow, we've got 2 more sets. Ian Keith, Meme, and Bendy in Stupid Tetris Monthly, and Hazelnut Milk, Peak, and Huff also in Stupid Tetris Monthly as well. Is Tugi a DAS main or a roll main? Nowadays, a roll main, I think, or splitting time, but does play in open and DAS tournaments. All right, as soon as we get it ready from both players, we will start. And we have it ready for both players, so we will start. Bendy's up 2-1 over Evesy. Evesy needs to win this one to force a deciding game number 5. $10 contribution from Kingsman over on YouTube. He says, fans, don't forget to watch the Best of 99 Season 5 premiere featuring Matt Martin and the return of Batboy, 8 p.m. Central Time, 1 a.m. UTC, with the king on the CTWC channel. See you there. A best of 99. Do you think that's a bit much? A best of 99? I mean, you know, isn't it like, can't you just do like a best of 49? I mean, a best of 99, Kingsman. What are you thinking? 94,000 for Evesy, 75,000 for Bendy. Winter has made a good point in chat. It would be very on brand for Kingsman to do a, you know, best of funny number. That's 11 weeks of content. It's true. You've got 11 weeks of content. 170 for Evesy, 167 Bendy. Tetris Bendy, another Tetris Bendy, 216. Evesy gets one, 196. So 20,000 point lead for Bendy, 3 lines apart. Tetris Evesy 267, 262 for Bendy. Does JDMFX underscore use his same grip? I don't see why it would have changed. I don't know how much he's played in the last, 4 years since he was active. So I don't see why it would change, but, maybe. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Tetris Bendy, 353, 313 for Evesy. Wallbant says the grip is the same. Well, Wallbant would know. Tetris Evesy, 383, 378 for Bendy. JDMFX underscore Vandy is too tired to call him Joseph Saley. Listen, I'm probably going to default to what I called him all those years. I'll probably just call him JD. I don't know. I don't think of him as Joseph. I just think of him as JD, but I don't know. We'll see what comes out of me when the time comes. 428 for Evesy, 448 for Bendy. All right, nice little Vits there for Evesy, 474, 473 for Bendy. So we are close in lines and score. Does his middle name start with a D? No, it's, his screen name is JDMFX, which has to do with his, I don't know, I guess he had some interest in cars, and it's something to do with cars. Japanese domestic effects. What? What is it? Japanese domestic market effects underscore. 571 for Evesy, 544 for Bendy. Tetris Bendy 590. Evesy potentially 2 more Tetrises. They both do. They each get 1. They're both 600K'ing into 19. And they're both Tetrising into 19. 637 Bendy, 642 for Evesy. So pretty big transitions into 19 for these players. There's Tetris for both. 666 for Evesy, 661 for Bendy. Tetris Bendy 701, Evesy 729. Bendy trying to get set up for another one. He will. They're 1 line apart. Evesy ahead by nearly 30,000 points. Tetris is on 22 here, going to be worth 27,600. So it's about a 1 Tetris lead for Evesy. Tetris Bendy 844, 845 for Evesy. Another simul Tetris 3,000 point lead for Evesy. Evesy going to fill out that left side with the bar. Use another one for the Tetris. So you have another really close one. These two players, as you would expect, seeds 24 and 25. You would expect them to be evenly matched, and it's bearing out here in this match. Tetris Evesy 980. There's one Bendy 943. Still 1 line apart, but Evesy is set up. And Bendy, let's see what he's going to do here. This is going to... Okay, yeah, he's going to set up for a dirty Tetris. He's waiting. Tetris Evesy. Tetris Bendy 987. Evesy has got the max out on 26. Another Tetris for both. Evesy with that 34,000 point lead. 2 lines ahead. Another Tetris Bendy. He's working 1 row off the bottom. He's got a gap over there at the bottom left corner. Evesy's board now has gaps. So this is going to slow her down a little bit. Let's see what she's able to do. She's got 8 lines to go until 29. Tetris for Bendy. He's now in the lead by 24,000 points. Evesy is setting up. There's a dirty Tetris, B35. Bendy takes the lead back. I think Evesy trying to set up for it's going to be a triple, though. Bendy now into 29 at B69. Evesy is in at B55. Oh, Evesy going to miss that T-spin and then not going to get that bar over to the right side. That is going to be a top-up for Evesy at Evesy? Yeah, that B57 and Bendy at B77. And Bendy will take this one 3 games to 1. Another double 1.1 past 29. These players played a very, very, very good set for a, I mean, not even for a round 1, for any set. I mean, this is like finals worthy play here. So congrats to both of these players for a really, really great set. So Bendy, you will be moving on. Evesy, you played great. Let's give Bendy that 3. And yeah, I mean, obviously you want to win this, but I don't see how you can be disappointed at all with your performance. And you did amazing. So congrats, Evesy. Okay, we're going to bring up our next player. We're going to move Bendy over to the right side, and we're going to bring in Vicious Rhubarb. We will be right back. All right, we'll get our cameras all fixed up here. We're not gonna have giant rhubarb. We'll have regular sized rhubarb. I mean, we could. I mean, that would be. I mean, this would be really good. Oh, whoops. Let me just fix that camera up a little bit. Vandy, did someone say to give the winner of round one resting time because tap stamina? Nobody said any such thing. We're gonna go immediately. No. If you need another minute or so, you can have another minute or two. That's fine. But I mean, can you imagine back in the day that we used to do the entire tournament in like one day? So players would have to play many matches. Now, they weren't going as deep into games as they're going now. But, I mean, that's pretty insane. Speaking of one day. Oh, look at this. Cheating, rolling cheaters, man. Oh my god, look at him. He's cheating. Oh, look at him. Can you hyper slap? No, this is no slap July. Stunning Ryan says, I don't know who to root for. Both opponents are goats. Oh, Black Ops. You were so wrong about Kingsman. Kingsman was like insane back in like his first year, but Kingsman is, you know, the best there is. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and request, since we do have another stream after this, if you could finish your warm-up and stop spanking the controller. You know, that's not really doing you any good. So if you're just going to sit and spank the controller, then we can start. 5059F0. Why is he spanking the controller? Is that the tickling the controller voice? No, it is not. It is not. All right, let's check seeds, make sure they're good. Oh, wait. Burp, 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 burp. There it is. 505-9FO. All right, looks like it's round two. Rhubarb and Bendy. Let us get them started. The winner will move on to the top 16 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Vicious Rhubarb from the United States. Can I say Minnesota? Am I doxing? I think everybody knows Rhubarb pretty much is Minnesota guy. I mean, I can't think of a single more Minnesota guy than there is than Rhubarb, besides maybe Ben Mullen. Ben Mullen is like super Minnesota, and Rhubarb is like right there. It's like 1 and 1A. So Rhubarb from the United States qualified into seed number 9 with a 1.196 million. Got a first round bye in virtue of his top 16 seeding in the qualifier. Has a tapping PB of 1.33 million. Rhubarb has been in various Masters level events 13 times, including 8 appearances in the monthlies, 4 times in Mega Masters, finishing as high as the top 16 in 2023 and 2024. Also played in Lone Star in 2023, a 2-time Challenger Circuit winner, most recently in August of 2024. Been in the CTWC Gold bracket 5 times, finishing as high as the top 16, which he did in 2023. Also played in the Jonas Cup last year and won the Milwaukee Regional this year. You've also seen him play in other regionals the last couple of years, including Minnesota, Detroit, Kansas City, and Boston. Rhubarb is taken on Bendy. 166 for Rhubarb, 145 for Bendy. Bendy qualified into seed number 24 with a 1.11 million, has a 1.29 million tapping PB. Is the 5th ranked DAS player in the most recent Premier poll. That was in July. You can check out the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier spelled with an E at the end. Bendy has played in one of our Masters level events. That was Mega Masters in 2024, but he's played 7 times in DAS Masters, with making the finals 1 time. That was in January of 2025. Also made it to the semis a couple of times as well. So winner of a hopeful circuit back in September 2023, made his CTWC Gold bracket debut this year, and also won the silver bracket for CTWC last year. And Bendy, the first player ever to get a level 19 height 5 completion with DAS. You can watch a Game Scout video about that. Just look up a Game Scout and Bendy. It'll probably show up on YouTube if you do that. 310 for Bendy, 350 for Rhubarb. These players are playing Tap Masters, right? Hyper tapping tournament. It is a best of 5. The first player to 3 games will be moving on to the top 16 of our tournament, which will be played later in the month. 336 for Bendy, 375 for Rhubarb. Rhubarb with the Vits and fills in the Vits 403, 386 for Bendy. Rhubarb's board getting up kind of high here with some gaps in the middle and the left. They're making it a little complicated. He's going to nail a line spin just to fill in some material. And now he's got like 5 or 6 rows above a gap over on that left side, column 1. He's just going to have to bring down really before he can start doing much in the way of scoring again. And this might allow Bendy, if he can get his board right, might allow Bendy to get into the lead. But kind of slow goings for Bendy here as well. For 434 for Bendy, 462 for Rhubarb. Long bar goes into the long bar hole for Bendy, but it clears nothing. He sets up a dirty there, 458. Vandy, what is the tickling the controller voice? It's, I don't know. I don't know what people are referring to. I know sometimes people ask why are people tickling the controller, but I don't have any particular voice for it. 505 for Bendy, 531 for Rhubarb. So Rhubarb able to get his board in order before Bendy had a chance to take a lead. So Rhubarb remains ahead as we approach level 19 for the first time in this match. That speed at 130 lines is going to increase by 50%. Tetris for Bendy, he's got 2 lines to go until that level 19 speed increase. Skimming a Tetris for Bendy into 19 at 578. Rhubarb at 625, 137 lines. I missed if he had 600K into 19, but he's got 600K on 19. Tetris for Rhubarb, 654, 604 for Bendy. GOG Tetris says, hello, Vandy. How are you doing? I am doing fine. GOG Tetris. How are you doing? 681 for Bendy, 706 for Rhubarb. Is that the name that you're going to be competing under? Like, do I need to change my URL for your stream? Tetris Rhubarb 762, 737 for Bendy. GOG's girlfriend says hi. Well, hello, Geo's girlfriend. 767 Bendy, 794 Rhubarb. You just changed it. Okay, that probably makes sense. Alex Thatch with the $5 contribution to the prize pool gets us up to $130. Thank you, Alex Thatch, for contributing to the prize pool. Tetris on the left well for Rhubarb, 842, 830 for Bendy. We're under 50 lines to go until level 29. The speed's going to double around then, so players are going to try to do as much scoring as they can between now and then, because it will be difficult to venture far beyond level 29. We've had a level 31 already today. Tetris for Rhubarb, 905. Tetris for Bendy, 870. They have the same line count at that moment, but it's about a 1 Tetris lead. Tetris is on 26. We'll get you 32,400 points. Bendy is set up. Rhubarb is set up. Players waiting for bars. Getting a little droughted. And the bars start coming for Rhubarb and Bendy. So max out for Rhubarb. There's a Tetris A44. Bendy at 980. Another Tetris Bendy. He's like 1 Tetris behind in score. Rhubarb trying to clear away that right side cover of the well. 7 lines to go until 29. There's a Tetris for Rhubarb. If he stays clean, he can get 1 more Tetris. And he's going to get that Tetris. He's got a B24. That's a 1.1 million. Bendy is into 29 at A92. So Bendy trying to chase this down. B01. Rhubarb still going, not chase it down, but trying to catch up. And that is going to be a chase down now. Chase down target for Bendy is B30. If he can get to B30, he can win it. Be very difficult to do this with Tetrises, so maybe going to try to just line this out, but that left side is going to be really hard. Can he bring this down? And that right side is going to be impossible to deal with. And that is going to be a top out for Bendy and double 1.1s, double 29s here in game number 1. But Rhubarb did just enough to outlast Bendy and take game number 1. So another exciting game 1 here in the early rounds of this tournament. I mean, Bendy putting up, what? I mean, it was a 3-1, so he got 3 maxes, right? And he's got another here today. I mean, that's pretty sick. And 2 1.1s. All right, players, I'm going to drop more seeds in the chat. Vandy didn't see that line spin. I might have seen a line spin. Maybe I didn't see that one. All right, the new pieces are here. B8, F3, C7, B8, F3, C7. All right, both players are ready. Let's get him started in game number 2. Rhubarb up 1 game to none. Bendy looking to tie it up. Yeah, Bendy did max in every game, right? He did max in every game of that first set. So that's a back 5 back. And he's on a back-to-back 1.1. That's true. The line spin from Rhubarb. All right, he really wants it. I saw that one. Maybe it wasn't as hype as the other one. But I saw that one. Lapis Lazuli with the tier 1 sub, 24 months. Thank you, Lapis. Rooting on Bendelson. Oh, a couple of shifts here for Bendy. Not quite what he wanted to do. So he's going to have to clear that away. Rhubarb, though, still just kind of humming along. 121. Tetris Rhubarb 166. Bendy trying to clear this away really as quickly as possible just before this turns into a suffer start. But right now he's back by 100,000 points. That S is not going to help, but he's going to clear it away with the long bar, so no problem. Little S flat here clears it away. And Tetris for Bendy, 101, 215 for Rhubarb. Rhubarb with a spire of S's in the middle of the board. Just waiting for a blue J or a line to, or a long bar to kind of clear that away, but ends up having to just do it a different way. So this little slowdown for Rhubarb might allow Bendy back in it and to close the gap a little bit. Bendy with a Tetris 176. Rhubarb getting set up with a long bar into column 9 to get Tetris ready and get a Tetris. 250 for him, 176 for Bendy. Lapis says, I forgot Rhubarb could tap, to be honest. I really forgot anybody could tap. All right, Bendy seeing if he can turn this. No, he's not going to try to turn this into dirty Tetris. Discipline here to just take the burns. Tetris, Bendy, 226 through 74. He's back by 54,000, same line count. Not bad considering how the beginning of this game went. All right, Rhubarb with a little bit of a slowdown. This could allow Bendy, and it does. It allows him to sort of get back out in front. And now they are pretty much neck and neck, just a couple lines apart, a few thousand points apart. Chaotic Hazel with the tier 1 resub, 12 months. That's a year. Thanks, Hazel. Says Bendy, lock in. All right, Bendy with that hang of the Z piece. All right, getting it taken care of. 370 for Bendy, 367 for Rhubarb. Tetris Rhubarb gets set right back up again, and another one. So he's at 416 through 117. Bendy, same line count, 418. Just like 1,400 points apart. So very, very close. As we start closing in on the level 19 transition here in game number 2. All right, little delayed burn for Bendy. I'll clear it up. 466 for him. Now he's ahead by about a Tetris. Tetris is here worth 22,800. And we are just about to get into 19. Bendy will get in there with a single at 467. And Rhubarb will get in there with a double at 446. Tetris for both. 4,000 points apart, same line count. All right, Rhubarb taking a nice safe triple. That's going to bring his stack back down, and then he gets rewarded with a Tetris 555 for him, 556 for Bendy. Rhubarb burning away that ceiling over the well. Tetris Rhubarb, Tetris Bendy. One line apart, 5,000 points apart. Still very, very close. All right, Bendy's board getting up a little high here, and he's covered on the right side, but he's going to uncover, and he's going to bring this down with a triple. So you can see the relief washing over the face of Bendy here, but he's waiting for a bar, and there's the bar for Bendy. 666, another one. Rhubarb, 713. They're 4 lines apart, so now the lines are tied. Rhubarb ahead by 17,000 points. All right, Bendy's board kind of tricky here, so he's got to bring this down a couple of rows to access that left, and he does, and he gets the bar over to the left. So that was quite a little dependent situation there, but got through it. 787 Rhubarb, and Rhubarb with holes in multiple rows and columns. He's gonna have to take care of that. Meanwhile, Bendy scoring 780s, back by 16,000 points. And with Rhubarb still really not Tetris ready and kind of making some more work for himself over on that left side, Bendy could get into the lead as we are now under 20 lines to go until 29. There's a Tetris Bendy, 816. Rhubarb fighting this down. Now really all he's hoping for is just a decent stack to head into 29 with. Tetris for Bendy. He's now ahead by 43,000 points. Tetris is here worth, or about to be worth, 36,000. Bendy still clean. He is set up. Dirty Tetris for Rhubarb into 29 at 857, but that left side is going to be tough to deal with. He's going to have to tap that. No, he's just not going to get anything. And that is going to be a top out for Rhubarb, and Bendy has tied it up at a game apiece. Bendy into level 30. He wants to keep that max out streak going. So he's going to mullen it out a little bit. No problem. Let him do it. And no, not going to happen. But he's got, a 900K streak. So there you go. So Bendy takes that one, and we are tied. The new pieces are here, 6438C0. Now, after this match, we will have a whole other bracket to do. That's 2 more games. It's going to be Tugi versus Giovanni, 2 DAS players. The winner will take on JDMFX, Joseph Saley. That may be delayed a little bit depending on how long this one goes. How is Cole not a mod? Do you want me to mod? Cole, do you want to be a mod? Okay. All right. Why not? There you go. Bendy himself has pinned the seed. Can you imagine? We have 500 mods in this channel, and Bendy pinned the seed. Guys, help out your old pal Bendy by pinning seeds. 6438C0. He's got to save his fingers. He can't be pinning seeds. He's got to tap, guys. They need to let you pin on mobile. Got it. All right, the pieces are good. We're just waiting as soon as Bendy is good, and he is good. So, game number 3, what was once a best of 5, is now a best of 3 between Rhubarb and Bendy. And we're starting off with a couple of squares. So you can't pin up a chat on mobile. Well, that's silly. I mean, first of all, imagine having Twitch on your phone. Like, what the heck? I don't think I have it. Do I have it on my phone? I don't. Sometimes I take it off. Sometimes I have it. I don't love having Twitch on my phone, but I mean, I'd never watch it on my phone, like, ever. But I think I might chat from it. Like, sometimes we'll watch something on the TV and then you can sort of chat from the, like, that's the only reason I have it. All right, it's game number 3 underway. Rhubarb 142, Bendy 126, one line apart. I guess back in the day there were a couple of accounts I used to fall asleep to because they would stream consistently at night. Like, somebody was grinding for like Zelda 1 and they hardly ever talked, which was perfect. So it was just like Zelda 1 sounds, which I liked falling asleep to. So that, but I don't do that anymore. 197 Bendy, 234 for Rhubarb. $70 contribution to the prize pool from Summer B. You must have been reading my mind because I was like, it's been a few minutes since we had a contribution to the prize pool. And then I look up and all of a sudden, Summer B is dumping $70 into that prize pool to get us up to an even $200. We are 20% away from our goal. So thank you, Summer B. Really appreciate that one. Oh, Bendy grabbing his gold Zelda card and making a pog face, I guess. Wow. All right, thanks, Summer B. Appreciate that. I'm sure the players do as well. I mean, I guarantee if they allow you to pin posts on Twitch, you guys aren't going to tell me, right? Because then you'll be like, oh, we can't, we're on mobile, sorry. You'll lose that excuse, and then it'll just be pure laziness. So nobody tell Vandy if that feature happens. 381 for Rhubarb, 345 for Bendy. Oh, 20% towards, yes. We're not 20% away. We are 20% close. We are 20% toward our goal. Thank you. 473 for Rhubarb, 438 for Bendy. All right, Rhubarb. See if he's going to get that Z spin. No, he's going to miss that Z. I know players will just avoid going for it right off the bat. They'll try to get the T or whatever without having to do the spin. Rhubarb going to miss that Z. It's going to slow him down a little bit. 502 for him, though, through 112. It's pretty healthy. Doc Pie with the Prime sub 37 months. Thank you, Doc Pie. We will see Doc Pie in Stupid Tetris Monthly. Seed number 32 this month. Tetris Rhubarb 570, Bendy 557. So Rhubarb 1 line away from the 19 transition, Bendy 2 lines away. Pseudo Canard has gifted 5 subscriptions over on Twitch. Thank you, Pseudo Canard. Both players are into 19 with a 600k transition. Foolish Dude, Tubu Name, Acidic Ascetic, Coop, and Cox Danny J. You are the recipients of gift subs from Pseudo Canard. Thank you very much. Tetris Bendy 657. 1 line apart. Rhubarb ahead by 12,000 points. Tetris Rhubarb 783, 740 Bendy. There is a Tetris Bendy 767. We're on level 22. Let's see how Rhubarb's going to attack that gap in the stack. He's just going to go and get it. See players doing that a lot more. They're just kind of going after the gap rather than like chucking long bars down the right side to just bring the stack back down and start all the way from the beginning. I think it seems to be saving It seems to save burns here, so. Tetris Rhubarb 883, Tetris Bendy 894, 2 lines apart. Bendy ahead by 10,000 points. All right, little tuck of the square for Bendy. Rhubarb's board starting to climb a little. 900,000 for Bendy on 25. 900,000 for Rhubarb into 26. So Rhubarb ahead in score, 4 lines ahead. It's still really close. All right, both players 1 away from maxes. Their level 27 captures look way different. There's a skimming at Tetris for Rhubarb. He's got the max A31. Tetris for Bendy, A12. Another Tetris Bendy, A81. And Rhubarb kind of just has 6 lines to go until 29. See what he's going to do here. Is he going to try to set up? He is going to set up. He gets 1 Tetris into 29. A81, but Bendy's at B17. So Rhubarb needs to catch up here. Another Tetris for Bendy at B54. And another 1.1 for Bendy. And again, double max outs, double 29s. I mean, players are too good. Yeah, he's got 4 1.1s this stream. He's played 7 games right now. In this stream, he's got what, 4 1.1s, 2 just, you know, regular maxes. He's having a day. I mean, and a great game for Rhubarb as well. All right, the pieces are here, players. If you need to take a moment, you can. B95D6A, Javanti with the Prime sub. Thank you very much. That starts a hype train over on the Twitch. All right. So Rhubarb needs a moment away. That is okay. Again, upcoming schedule slated at 3 p.m. Really, 21 minutes from now is the teal bracket. Tugi versus Giovanni. Giovanni fresh off his CTWC DAS win. Sorry for the spoilers, but don't watch live Tetris if you don't want spoilers. The winner of that will take on Joseph Saley in his return to competitive Tetris. And then later tonight, it will be Trapzone versus Fractal to determine a top 16 finisher. Tomorrow, 2 Stupid Tetris Monthly streams. Ian Keith Meme and Bendy. Hazelnut Milk, Peak, and Huff. And on Friday, we've got another STM stream with Hydrant, Doc Pie, and Dewey. All right, looks like both players have returned. We got pieces here, B95D6A. Thanks for the pin, Cole Bucket 2. B95D6A. All right, both players are ready. It is game number 4 of this match. Bendy looking to wrap it up right now. Rhubarb needs to win to force a decider. Bendy says, my hands might give out soon. I mean, again, this is why we only do, really, for any of our tournaments nowadays, is just 2, you know, no player will be asked to play more than 2 matches in a single stream. I just think 3 would be insane, like we used to do back in the day. Or if you did like a, you know, if you did a top 8 broadcast right at the end, players would have to play 3 matches in a row, which potentially 15 games. That is a lot. Okay, we are underway in game number 4. 15 games to kill screen with tap sounds like utter torture. Yeah. Wasn't 2019 the whole tournament the same day? Yeah, it was. But players were not like double max out, double kill screen like every game. And they weren't, there were a lot of early top outs, but now people are too good. I mean, it depends on the person. I think rolling is a little bit better in that regard. I mean, but you can still injure yourself. I mean, as not a roller or a tapper, it's hard for me to know firsthand, but I'm just observing how players are reacting and what they're complaining about. And I don't mean complaining in a bad way, but all right, a bunch of S's for Bendy stack. Not ideal, but he's going to get a Tetris out of it. Set a T-spin up to get the T and the spin. I think the other thing is, I don't know that a lot of players who aren't tapping mains are really, whatever their tapping muscles are, maybe they're a little underutilized. Or not even just the muscles, but all the other tendons and whatnot, the elbow, forearm, shoulder, all that. So I think 2 matches for any one player is enough. All right, Tetris Bendy, 326, halfway to the 19 transition, 292 for Rhubarb. Oh, we got a hype chest. Wow. What a great emote we got. Tetris Rhubarb 387. I think that's one of the things that makes CTWC so difficult. Much more than, or at least in that aspect, more difficult than online play, right? You gotta you got a lot of play in one day, and there's already stress on top of just the logistics and all that. Dirty Tetris for Bendy, 445 for 12 for Rhubarb. Oh, so you can see Bendy is reverted to DAS a little bit here. Of course, Bendy, a top DAS player. So he may not be giving up too much here to do that. Tetris for Bendy, 538. He may just be trying to save some stamina too, just in case this does go beyond this game. Tetris Rhubarb, 510. Another Tetris Rhubarb, 533. And this is why you have to allow DAS in a tournament, by the way. Someone told me that there's another tap tournament or league where you are not allowed to do that, and I'm like, that seems maybe not intentionally, but it seems a little unintentionally cruel. Rhubarb is into 19 at 559, but with a high board. And 636 for Bendy on 19. That is a big score. Oh, that left side for Rhubarb may not be recoverable, and it is not, and that is going to be a top out for Rhubarb at 565. And Bendy, you have made it into the top 16 of Tap Masters 1. We're already calling it Tap Masters 1. So GG's Bendy. You can go ice down your arm just like a major league pitcher. But GG's Rhubarb, you did great. Always a pleasure to have you on the stream. Thank you, Rhubarb. Yeah, Bendy, I don't know, maybe Bendy a little bit of a surprise. I mean, I'm not surprised because he's such an overall just good Tetris player, but I didn't really know how consistent Bendy could be with tapping. So this is a nice surprise. We're learning a lot about certain players here. So Bendy gonna go for another max, and we'll watch him do it. Tetris player's gonna need Tommy John surgery after this. Dude, this is how we were for years. You know, I mean, this is how everything was. Everyone was tapping. Well, two great matches though. Rhubarb and Bendy, and then Evesy. That Evesy match with Bendy, kind of a borderline classic. You know, I mean that was a really, really great match. So Bendy going to close this out with Das going to try to get that max out here. He's not on a long streak, but this would be what, 7? Would be 7 or 8? It's pretty nuts. All right, now the board is bad, so Bendy going to have to go back to tapping. Here, if you want to see the tapping, there you go. Seven max in 8 games. And there it is, Bendy with the max. Let's see if we can get another 1.1 somehow. Well, if you can set up for 2 or get some post points here. There's one, A84. What can he get? He's setting up for it. He's set up. He's going all in. And he gets it. And another 1.1 for Bendy. Dude is a sicko. And another one, the B62. This kid is crazy. So, well-deserved entry into the top 16. Let me go ahead and report this. I probably should have done that already, but I was just watching Bendy, which was very exciting to me. Okay, so yellow, Bendy, 3-1. All right, he's showing photographs of a frog with a helmet on, and a frog in a rowboat, and a frog with a parasol. So congratulations with your frogs. Is that like your frog? Do you is that your frog? All right, let's take a look at the bracket real quick. Top 16. This is where we stand. Let me refresh that. Did he show up? No, he didn't show up. So Bendy, this is going to be a hype one. Bendy versus Pixelandy in the top 16. Eric ICX is already in to take on Coster. And we got another bracket coming up. It's going to be... yeah, this one. The second one down. Teal, Tuki versus Giovanni. JDMFX will take on the winner in a moment. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go offline real quick because this needs to be like a separate stream for YouTube, and it needs to happen. Like I need like several minutes difference before YouTube recognize that it's a separate stream. So I'm going to go offline. Twitch, you guys hang out right here. And YouTube, meet us over. Go back to the channel. Click on the right one. I'm going to end stream. Thanks to everybody who contributed to the prize pool on this stream, including Summer B, big contribution there. Alex Thatch, Mountain Dew, Zelazawi, everybody who redeemed codes. Thank you very much for that. And of course, thanks to those of you who did stuff, including super chats from Kingsman, raid. Oh, big raid from GB Toast. My goodness. And new follows, 2 half shots. The TPIO. I thought you were already following. Zelazawi, Pines Cutely, Lapis, Chaotic Hazel, Doc Pie, Foolish Jude, Cox, Danny J, Tubu, Acidic Ascetic, Coop, Javan T. You are subscribers, and some of those were from Pseudo Canard, so thank you very much. Okay. Oh, and patrons. Thank you, patrons. There you are. Scott Gray, J, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan Kim, M, Rogue Potato, Cat, Mila, and the rest of the gang. Thank you for supporting the channel. All right, I'm going to go offline real quick, and I will be back in a couple minutes. Twitch, you guys hang out here. YouTube, meet us over